Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. We are playing Infect, and I do have some tournament credentials on this deck, and it will be the subject of another poker walkthrough episode pretty soon. I have played this deck for 4 zeros in the dailies and several 3-1s. I like the deck. It's a combo deck. Some people don't like it, so I just had to restart this thing because the guy quit after the first Infect attack. But let's see what happens now. There's an absolute danger when playing the Infect deck that people will quit on you. I got the first turn Elf, I got Rancor, and I got a Probe, so I'm gonna keep. Tortured Existence. That will probably include a Fume Spitter on my Elf, which will bury me. So I'm gonna Probe first. See if there is a Fume Spitter. In that case I have to use Apostle's Blessing. It doesn't have the removal. So we are pretty good, and we'll play the Elf. And we have nothing to defend the Elf now, so if he draws removal we are pretty dead. This is always an interesting matchup. Elf against Tortured Existence. This is what, in the last premiere event in Pauper, I lost against Hustle, my clan leader, who always plays Tortured Existence. And now he is allowing me to hit him once, so we're gonna hit him hard with the Elf. And next turn we could Blessing and just hit him with Rancor for the win. So let's see what he does. He desperately needs to find a way to kill the Elf, and we can't protect the Elf. We'll let him die. If he has removal, I think he should have Spark. What do you call it? The 1 mana. If it's under creature, you can Spark Spray. No, what's its name? Sorry, I usually have a very good memory for cards, but this time I don't. I don't like Apostle's Blessing. I only play 1 copy and 1 in the sideboard, because I think that creatures or growth spells are just better often. But here is my single Apostle's Blessing, and right now it might... Oh, actually I can just trample through stuff with Wines of Westwood, so Apostle's Blessing is useless. Again, Wines of Westwood is so much better. As I've said before, I love playing 16 creatures, maybe even more, in this deck, because you lose when you run out of creatures. So all the versions playing 14 creatures, I don't agree with that. I know that some people are having success with it, but they're having success because it is such a powerful deck. I think they would be having more success if they had played 16 creatures. And just to prove my point here, Apostle's Blessing is not needed. Can he do something to put another blocker on the table? No, he needs mana. So I will attack and just trample over him with Wines of Westwood for the win. And here we go. We're up 1 game against Tortured Existence. We do have an extensive sideboarding plan, and we're now gonna look at that to see what to bring in against Tortured Existence. I don't have a prepared sideboard. against this deck. So what do I need? Life Staff will be useful. No, it won't really be useful. Claim, Hornet Sting, Fog, Blessing. Well, I think we're good. Basically, you shouldn't sideboard Infect if you don't know that you need to. Having argued against Blessing, I will not bring it in, but that's the one card I'm looking at right now. Longbow could be useful, but no, we don't want that kind of slow game, because then he will destroy us with Tortured Existence Recursion. Oh, this is an interesting hand. No early play, but when we get the Systbearer, he will have a hard time dealing with it. So we're gonna keep this hand and hope to draw a creature, which we can hope for, as we have 15 creatures more. Or drawing the land we need for the Systbearer. Though you might argue for a mulligan there, so let me know what you think. No creature on turn 2 is pretty bad for Infect, especially with Fume Spit around, though Systbearer is fairly immune to Fume Spitter. And I will not play the Mamba straight into the Fume Spitter here. I'll try to keep him and then play him later with Wines of Westwood protection. So I'm actually not going to do anything here, which will be dangerous for me. And we now have Tortured Existence in play. And we're getting beaten down by Mr. Fume Spitter. It's such an awesome card. It's what the Infect deck hates to see. But it doesn't do much against Systbearer. Now we will have to mulligan, so we'll play the Mamba and let him die. Which of course is really sad, as he can just recur the Fume Spitter with Tortured Existence. So any one power creature is pretty much doomed here unless we draw another land. But with so few lands in the deck, we really can't allow to mulligan 2 land hands with a creature. If you had no creature at all, I would be happy to mulligan 2 land hand, but not a 2 land hand with a creature, even if it's Systbearer. At this point, Systbearer feels very, very good. Yeah. Fume Spitter is back and all our small guys are worthless. This is one of the matchups where I really would have liked to have Corpse Cur. I've taken Corpse Cur out because it's 4 mana, and I thought it was stupid to think that you could even get to 4 mana with a deck that's that plays so few lands as this does. And I play more lands than most people in my Infect deck, because I have done the math. I play 19 lands. But on the other hand, in the matchups where you need Corpse Cur, they will be long matchups against control decks. So you will reach 4 mana eventually. And Corpse Cur is amazing against removal. Groundswell should be the bad card here. We are happy to let him beat down here, or not happy, but that's what we're gonna do. It seems to take a while for him to kill me, so we have a good chance of drawing something. And here is Glistener Elf. He will just drain our hand. Actually. I will still play him, will protect him with Wines of Westwood. It's better than discarding. But I think he will just use the Fume Spitter, and then he will recur the Fume Spitter, and will be dead anyway. But at least it'll make him waste his mana. as he seems to be having mana problems. And hopefully that will give us time enough to... Is it Spark Spray? What's the name? Show me. I know it's that card. The 1 mana stuff. No, we're just using Tortured Existence immediately. Throwing away Stinkweed Imp. Of course. And my existence feels pretty tortured at this point. And the elf is history. And he can actually kill the Rotwolf in the same way. Except it takes 3 mana. So the Rotwolf is, as of now, fairly safe. So I think we'll play... No, we'll play the Suspear if we get the mana. For the 3 toughness. Yeah, we'll just keep on wasting our 1 toughness guys. And make him... keep him busy. Trying to buy us time. And actually, if he attacks here without playing the Fume Spitter, which he won't, but would he? I would consider blocking a Carrion Feeder. But maybe that's just too nice to him. Because now it took his entire turn to get rid of the Myr. Giving us time to look for our 3rd land before he gets his 3rd land. We're also taking damage here, but we are still alive. And let's do it all over again. If he had mana, I would be dead now, but if I had mana, he would be dead, so it's pretty fair. He needs to spend his entire turn this time too, getting back the Fume Spitter, and this time we can mine so vast with it. So we might actually be able to attack once. And that will be horrible for him. That will actually be game. Because our Rancor invigorate. So we might win this. Wines of Vastwood is such a power card. He can't be targeted by spells or effects the opponent controls. So now you are facing down Glistener Elf without a blocker. What? I'm not sure what happened there. Why did he sacrifice his Carrion Feeder? Because he wanted to put a clock on me. And of course I wouldn't have won had he drawn mana. But now there is some beats coming his way. I think he should have kept... I'm not sure. But this seems to be the win. Oh, you can have 3 life, sir. And Infect takes down yet another game. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat, Infect versus Tortured Existence.